And if you're not careful, you'll miss things you really need. I've seen it happen time and time and time and time again. And this is what happened to Thomas. In each of these 5 recorded appearances of Jesus, Thomas was missing, and he ended up missing out on some very important things. Now, I don't have time this morning to go into all of them. In fact, that we'll save that for another sermon. But I do want to hone in on one thing in particular. How many have ever, and I need you to listen here and respond, it's not a trick question. How many have ever heard the term doubting Thomas? Okay, some of you, even folks that don't go to church, know who doubting Thomas. And so he gets kind of a bad rap. Because let's be honest and fair, although doubt and unbelief has been forever attached to his name, Thomas was no more a doubter than the rest of Jesus' followers. They didn't believe until they saw him either. In fact, John is the only one recorded that believed without seeing. He went to the tomb, saw the empty tomb, and said, I believe. The rest of them, even whenever their friends and people that they trusted said, we've seen him, he talked to us, they said, you're just telling a bunch of stories. Even though all of them had professed Jesus to be Lord, at one time they all believed that he was the promised Messiah. At one time they all believed that he was the Son of God. I mean, given the chance, back in John chapter 6, I just spoke to the kids over at the school about this last month. They were given an opportunity in John chapter 6. There was a lot of the disciples that fled. Jesus turned to them, we also go away. And they said, where are we going to go? You're the only one that has eternal life. And so they all believed that he was the Son of God, but circumstances arose that they could not reconcile with how they thought that things ought to be. You see, they had seen Jesus beaten beyond recognition. They saw him nailed to a cross. They heard him cry out and then watched him breathe his last. They put him in a tomb. They saw the stones seal the door, and it's over. As far as they're concerned, in their mind, it's done. It's finished. All of their hopes, all of their dreams, all of their aspirations, what they thought things were going to be is over. Disillusioned and disappointed and doubting and in disbelief. As far as they could see, all of their hopes and dreams had died and were buried with Jesus on Friday night. But isn't that the way it is for all of us? Circumstances can arise in our lives, and it makes it difficult to believe and trust in Jesus. Hurts and disappointments, hopes and dreams crushed. Things don't turn out the way we hope or thought they would turn out. It makes it hard to believe, hard to trust, hard to put your faith in God, hard to hold so tightly to him. Thomas is the last of the disciples to see Jesus. He's trapped, as it were, in his doubt and unbelief. He goes so far as to say that just seeing him wouldn't even be enough. Even if I saw him, it won't be enough. He said, belief is going to require me an actual physical examination. I need to put my finger in the holes in his body before I believe. Thomas was in